the city strapped. He gone and coming back. My diamonds going ham. My plug Blackberry zap. Real nigga straight out the street.
Hey man, it's your boy PRESSA, and you locked in with me and my dog, DJ FRASE One. Make sure y'all go get the album, GARDNER EXPRESS. And yeah, it's Mr. Canada. Na 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 na.
Alright, for sure.
What you
We
say,
on the rap
Damiana?
scene. We on the rap scene. We serving them like crack fiends. And if you afraid of getting exposed to some dumb shit, this the vaccine. Your player partner, Lush Uno in full effect. Shout to my brother, DJ FRASE for the alley-oop, because I am here with the young legend, you feel me? Mr. Na himself. Press. What's going on with you, man?
What's good, my
What's good? So, you've been in LA for about a year now, huh?
Yeah, I just been chilling in LA, working and shit.
So I'm born and raised in LA. I
Oh
got
yeah?
yep, loyal to the soil, grew up on the west side. I got palm trees in my DNA strands. But right now I'm actually my shorty is from Philadelphia. So I'm out here on the East Coast. We basically switched climates. It's cold as a motherfucker, you feel me? Cocaine
Yeah.
falling out the sky. Like, I'm not used to that shit. It's crazy. How's it feel being in that, tropical Cali vibe as opposed to the torrential tundra that is Toronto?
Okay, it's dope. It's just because like I could just go, I could just throw on a hoodie. Sometimes I'm in a t-shirt. During the day I'm in a t-shirt. It's like just regular weather, and especially Corona, they don't like hot, so.
Right, exactly. So I mean, Corona obviously hasn't affected your hustle because you've been putting out music. It feels like every artist has to find ways to kind of circumvent what's going on. But like, how overall has it slowed down the money? Have you had to flip the script and shit like that?
It's just I can't do shows, but I'm a smart kid and shit. I know how to like make shit happen for myself, you know what I mean? Even if I wasn't rapping today, I wouldn't be broke, you feel me? So it's
Nah,
just you gotta be recession proof.
that's right. That's right. Stay above the game. Now, you just put out a fire new EP, Gardner Express. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That should go up. That dropped what, like about a week and a half ago?
Yeah, the 11th.
The 11th. And it seems like you're really focusing on doing it for the streets. You weren't, I mean, like, there's a lot of marketable songs on there, and the whole overall sound is really like accessible to the masses. But it seems like you're just trying to feed the streets with that. Was that the intention of that project?
Yeah. We trying to feed the streets. Just give the streets what they want to hear, you feel me? And that's about it. We ain't trying to switch up on them on no corny shit or nothing. None of that shit. We just gonna keep it cutthroat all the way, you feel me?
Now, what is that title? Break down what that title means, because you got a California license on the cover of it. Like you moved out, you got
Hey,
your.
yeah, is this recorded on video?
Yes.
Oh, this video?
Yes, it's recording on video.
Okay, all right, let's go. Yeah, what you say?
So first of all, man, since I gotta mention it, you icy right now, bro. You feel me? I see you shining. Like, what that on your neck, bro? What's your neck talking about?
This is a little like probably like 100,000.
Ooh, you got
Like
you got a nice down payment on a house right there.
yeah, I got 100,000 on my neck.
And VV's dancing on them. Not only you got the medallions, but the fucking chains. And looks like you got the white and yellow golds, little mixture chain, and then you got bro. The other one, so many diamonds you can't even see anything besides it.
That shit dancing.
That shit dancing, bro. That shit dancing. I ain't
It's
even got to put an
Aviani,
effect on
man.
it. That's all rap money?
I said it's all Aviani. Aviani, he like a lit jeweler in New York.
Aviani going crazy right now, huh? So Explain the title, Gardner Express. What does that mean?
All right, so Gardner Express is basically I'm just representing for my city. The Gardner Express is a highway from my city, like that runs through the city and whatnot. Also, Gardner is my last name. Express has press in it, so it's like Gardner Express, a little wordplay. And yeah, I'm just trying to let them know that we're gonna bring the Gardner Express to America, and y'all gonna ride the wave on that shit too.
So you're really first of all, that's a bar in and of itself. Like the damn
Mm-hmm.
title is a bar. And that's one thing I noticed about you. You have music that, goes in a trap context, but you be throwing the punches in there. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like you'll have a lot of references. Like what's your do you have like influences as far as like beyond like the trap scene? Were you like listening to a lot of hip hop coming up? Like
Um,
lyricists and shit like that?
I listened to a lot of Jamaican music when I was coming up. Bob Marley, those guys talk to the soul and they talk to the people. You feel me?
No, I could hear like because the way you rap, it's very melodic. It's outside the box. You don't just like rap and you could hear a clear Jamaican influence in there. So I knew that
Yeah,
that had to be part of it. And I also know that Jamaican culture is very rich as far as Toronto, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
and your section, you're from the North Jane area, correct?
yeah, correct.
Jane and Finch and all that. A lot of people in America now, like from what I understand, your new project's making a lot of waves up where you're from. A lot of people are supporting it. It's also pissing a lot of people off and shit. Which can you explain to the people in America what's going on? Because a lot of people don't realize how dangerous Toronto is. This war is going on out there right now.
Yeah, man. It's like a lot of niggas don't understand what's going on. Yeah, Canada's peaceful and all that, but when you go down deep into Canada and in them trenches, it get wild too. There's trenches everywhere. Y'all don't need to just think Canada's sweet and stuff, and that's why I'm here in the industry to let y'all niggas know that, like, I'm here to speak for all the niggas that are in the streets in Canada, that for Americans, I'm like the
Right.
voice of Toronto.
And I feel like you do that very well because like there's a lot of I listen to a lot of the Toronto rap and it's like unless you break down the code and kind of know what's going on, a lot of the artists don't necessarily know how to frame the
Yeah,
context so they understand it. But you kick it in a way that the average person can understand. It kind of reminds me of y'all own version of what Chicago's got going on with the drill music and shit like
yeah.
that. And do you call what you do drill music as well, or do you have a different name? How do you define your music?
Nah, we don't call it drill music. Hey, Roma, no. We don't call it drill music. We just call it like we just want to hear some street shit. You feel me?
Right,
Like
right,
all my niggas just be on some street shit. Like regardless, it's just like them niggas. Like everybody drilling already, so like they don't need to defer what kind of music they make. That's the only music they gonna make. You feel me?
100%. And y'all got I love Toronto's got y'all got your own slang, you feel me? Like what you saying, scene fam, like all that shit, you
Yeah,
feel me? The whole way y'all talk is
exactly.
crazy. And then you got your own slang, which no, but and since you rolling up right now, why don't you explain the meaning of Demiana?
Yeah, I be coming up with my own slang and stuff. Like I say Demiana, Wassa, all that shit. Like you feel me?
So Demiana is that's
But Demiana is basically like just marijuana. Like I be smoking on like niggas packs and shit.
right.
It's like just dead man marijuana. You feel me?
But you could it's almost like a little that's like that Jamaican slang little twist, you feel me? You put on it right there and like
Yeah,
gives it a little bit of character and shit. And explain so, I know Was that was your bro, right?
yeah,
and now you rep Wasp Gang, and that's everybody in your area. All your homies are pushing the line for Wasp Gang, essentially.
Yeah, basically, we're just trying to push this music stuff, you know? Like, we just trying to call it what it is, you know what I mean?
And I know that your brother, your actual like blood brother, he was locked up for what, 10 years, right? And he just
Yeah,
came home. So
yeah.
welcome home to him. You know, like what's it been like for your family having him free after all that time?
It's dope. It's dope. Fuck. You know what I mean? Where I was down back and doing all this shit by myself at a point. So now that I have my brother out here, I can do like a lot more physical things. You feel me?
And is he involved? Like I noticed that he's pretty much like from the looks of it on Instagram, he's like low key helping you run the whole movement, right?
Yeah, he just be picking up wherever I slack. You know what I mean?
But he's all the way out there he's in Dubai right now.
Yeah, he chilling in Dubai.
What's what's he doing in Dubai, man? What's like because that's like there's a lot of places you can go. I understand that, you know, for you with all the crazy shit going on, you want to be able, you're providing for a lot of people. It's probably not the best idea for you to be in Toronto, right? And it's the same for your family, I assume. But of all the places you can go, why Dubai?
Dubai's just lit, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody, it's open right now too, so everybody just
Okay.
doing whatever they're doing. You know what I mean?
No, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Is he an artist as well?
Yeah, he also raps. He got some music coming.
Yeah, I'm trying to peep game. Is similar style to what you doing? Similar producers and shit like that?
Yeah, but he on strictly for the streets, like 100% just for the streets. You know me? I'll try to come with some shit sometimes. You know?
Right.
He just on his bullshit. You know?
Now, when I first heard you, like you're really like before you made Was Gang, even like you were like straight rapping. You didn't really have as much of the melody in your music. And like what was it that made you switch the style up?
I was just in the studio and I learned about holding notes. I just
Okay.
started holding notes like a. That shit sounded like we were singing, but I wasn't really singing. You feel me?
It seems like there's like a big, well, you also have a really naturally melodic voice. You got a really unique voice. It's got like its own texture that most people, I think that like you know instantly when Press is on a joint. And some of the songs that to me really made more people out here aware. Obviously, there's the Canadian Goose joint that was super big. You know what I mean? There is and then I think every time you work with Murder Beats, that shit, I love that Novocaine joint that was on Murder's tape. And are you still functioning with him and getting is there, because I noticed he didn't have any beats on the new project, but are you guys still doing shit together?
Yeah. We cool. Everything's cool, you know.
Just
But
keeping it lit?
He's just in his own bubble. You feel me? And I'm
Nah,
in my.
totally. And your brother is rocking real tough with, he's in Dubai with Northside Benji, right? That's fam and stuff. So are y'all working on like a compilation type thing where like a whole entire umbrella for all y'all to come under? Because I noticed like you've expanded into gaming, you're doing all kinds of crazy shit.
We just trying to like make history out here, you know. I'm trying to build, not destroy, you know. So everybody you see me around and we're building with them, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter who they are or what they are. We're just here to network and win, you know what I mean? It's like
Absolutely.
Toronto Rappers. It doesn't matter. It's like the Toronto Raptors. It doesn't matter that Kawhi hit that shot. It didn't matter. Like once Kawhi hit that shot, we all won as a team. You feel me? So it doesn't matter who hits that Kawhi shot. As long as somebody hits that motherfucker, and then we'll be good.
And then Kawhi took his ass to the Clippers and fell flat on his face. That's some bad karma.
He should have just stayed at Toronto.
He should have, man. He had the support of everybody. He had Drake pushing his line. Speaking of which, Drake gave you a big shout out. So like I'm sober now. I was a big partier, used to take a lot of drugs. I'm now 10 months completely, almost 11 months completely clean and sober off everything.
That's
When
dope.
I yep, when I was in treatment, I heard that War Joint um by Drake had come out, and then he had the Wasp Gang PRESSA line in there and shit. What did that feel like hearing, the biggest, forget the fact that he's from Toronto. This is the biggest superstar. This is our generation's Michael Jackson shouting you out on a track. What did that feel like?
Just like it's dope, bro. See, you feel me? It's just it helps me with my career, you know. That shit's a big that plays a big part of my career too, or not big part, but like it contributes to my career. You feel me?
No, absolutely. It seemed like did that cause a lot of friction and jealousy? Because like I'm obviously you're doing music, but people that you rock with or whatever into it with other people. And there's a lot of politics. People don't understand how thick and messy it gets in Toronto right now. And it's hard for a lot of artists right now. Did that kind of create a lot of tension for a lot of different artists in the city when he gave you that shout out?
Nah, I don't know. It's fuck. The only person that probably got some backlash on that was probably like the Drake camp. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Because I remember shortly thereafter, he had basically alluded to the fact that he can't really be involved. Like he's not really aware of the politics of the city, and he kind of had to take a step back from everything. But at the end of the day, you got the recognition, and it's dope to be acknowledged by someone of that caliber. And and you're able to capitalize off the moment and make hit records. Had y'all ever spoken about recording together or doing some? Because I know that y'all were gonna like do a tour together at one point, right?
Yeah, but fuck, I was touring with Drake.
Right.
I was on tour with Drake. I was an opening act for Drake.
Was that a crazy experience?
Yeah, that was dope.
Now, a lot of artists nowadays don't really heavily emphasize the live show, but you're someone that's actually a dope performer. You got really good energy. You know what I mean? You actually perform your songs. A lot of
Yeah.
people, they just, you know what I mean, like ad lib or this or that, but you actually do a more in-depth performance. Do you have any plans of doing any quarantine type performances now that we got this, can't be doing big ass shows, but there's still ways to get your performance game on? Do you have any plans for that?
You should watch my live show I just did. I just did it like 3-4 days ago. On the
Okay.
16th, I did. It was dope as shit, bro.
Word.
Me performing all my songs and shit, and I sold tickets online.
That's fire. See that's innovative. Are you going to be continuing to pursue things like that and move in that direction?
Yeah, for sure.
That's the way to do it, man. You got to stay active during this crazy time, you know what I mean? Like it's being a representative for Toronto, and like you said, you're the voice of Toronto hip hop, or just the streets of Toronto in America. What advice do you have for young up and coming fools in the streets right now that's trying to get established in the rap game in Toronto?
Just gotta stay connected and keep putting out some hits. You feel me? And it's not about music; it's about business as well. You know what I mean? The music's easy, but you gotta have the mind and the brains for this shit.
Now, obviously, you don't want to give away too much of the sauce, but like, what type of business advice, basic business, would you encourage these cats to be learning?
Just get money. If you get money and if you want to rap, you gotta get money, bro. Cause this shit ain't gonna just come free. You know what I mean? There's travel expenses. There's beats you gotta pay for. There's videos you gotta shoot. You know what I mean?
It pays a cost to especially if and your art's going to be a reflection of your quality. If you're not willing to put them bandicas up, you finna be, you know what I'm saying? You ain't going to look, if you got 100K on your neck, you finna look like it. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
if you
You
put
can't
that
talk
money,
like you have a. You can't be talking like you a 100K nigga and you don't even have nothing on your wrist or nothing on your neck.
yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. You feel me? That shit, that in and of itself is inspiration right there. And
You can't be talking about watches that you don't have.
right.
You feel me? Because then now you're in the video, the fans are gonna want to see the watch that you're talking about.
Do you feel like a lot of these rappers get ahead of themselves like that?
You know, they'll talk about like they buy their mom something, or they bought their baby mother something, or their girl something, and they ain't never bought that. They ain't never bought that shit for her or nothing. So when the family member, the girl, the woman goes back, or even your niggas saying, "Yo, I just gave 100K to my niggas," and you ain't do that, niggas just look at you weird. Like, you go back to your mama and you say, "Yeah, I never bought you that Lambo, but I said it in the song." Like, you know?
It's good intentions, but me and PRESSA see you, and we know that you buying your bitch Michael Kors. You are
Yeah.
not flexing with your bitch and no Michael Kors. Get
Yeah.
off that, right?
Yeah. No cap.
Period. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the like. So a lot of people talking about, this chick Chromazz, who's from Toronto, kind of making waves. She's out in LA right now. Have you ever been around her at all?
Nah, but I was on FaceTime. I was on like a Twitch Zoom call with her, Top 5, YG, and DJ Academics.
Okay. How was that?
It was dope. Nigga, we're just talking shit.
Word. Do you have a relationship with Tory Lanez, and like does that whole weird shit with him and Meg the Stallion, like do you have an opinion on all that situation? Just being from Toronto, I gotta ask. I know it's got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, Tory, my dog, right or wrong, you feel me? Like, Tory been there from day one for me, so I don't give a fuck what's going on. Tory's my dog, you know?
Period. So it's free Tory then.
Yeah.
Free Tory till it's backwards. Yeah. Now it's a crazy situation. I don't really.
And then Megan's like kind of snitching out here, you feel me?
That seems to be an opinion I noticed because Chromazz had said that. I got a lot of people from Toronto as well. That seems to be the general consensus up there. Like people got different opinions.
Chromazz would have never started telling.
Yeah, no, of course not. No, she seems like, but then again, like, Megan, I don't consider her a street chick. You feel me? She raps about twerking and all that, and she's a college girl. So different rules apply, like me,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so if
No,
you're
but
not
she
really,
be talking like she in the streets, though. Like,
it's a fine line. It's a fine line right there. So,
that's a fine line. I know what you mean. Somebody used to tell me that when they're young. Somebody used to tell me that, like, my OGs used to tell me that, like, if they're not in the streets, they're like most likely to like be snitching and like
civilians.
Civilians. You gonna blame the civilian for snitching? Nah, that's like what they're taught to do. You feel me?
100%. But then again, if you outside someone's building selling dope, or your homies outside someone's building selling dope, and then someone that's in that building calls the police and they get wrapped up, you still finna feel some type of way about whoever made that call, civilian or not. They still snitched. So it's like, it's a fine line. It's a tough situation. I'm glad I'm not involved in it. I'm definitely not trying to step on that bitch foot, much less put bullets in it, allegedly. So you feel me? Like that's a grimy situation. Now I spent a lot of time in Toronto because I host rap battles.
But Tory, but I know, bro. Tory didn't shoot that bitch, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Tory's my friend, like, bro. I know Tory how long, bro. I'll tell you personally, Tory didn't shoot that bitch.
You heard it here first from my dog PRESSA. quote unquote, Tory ain't shoot that bitch. You heard it here first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the person closest to someone that's close to the situation that I've talked to. I got nothing to go off of. All we have in society is just what they given us. You feel me? Like,
yeah, that whole social media shit's be throwing all of us off. That one post could throw the whole world off.
easily.
One road star or DJ Academics, motherfucker, post that shit. It's saying the rail about to blow up tomorrow. That shit gonna turn the whole road up.
And that's gonna be crazy. Like, when you look back, like, let's say it's 20 years in the future, and people are looking back at our past, and they see these little memes pop up. It could say some shit. You could say a meme that says, you feel me, like, PRESSA was the Prime Minister of Canada, and someone will believe that shit just because they're seeing it on a meme. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
it's like there's no real fact checking for the history. So we're
Like,
living
you
in
don't need to go read a book or nothing.
right. But then again, that's the reason why we kind of do need to read books, because or else we won't really be able to differentiate the real from the fake. You know what I mean? And it's important. And I feel like that's why the music is hell of important too. Now, I gotta ask you, just because I be in Toronto all the time for hosting rap battles. I work for a company called King of the Dot, KOTD.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
ever seen the rap battles KOTD before?
yeah, for sure.
That's right. That was, before even Drake was really out like that, and before the six
Yeah,
was lit. King of the Dot was pushing the line for Toronto, and just hip hop in general. So shouts to my dog Organic, you know what I mean? Like, are there any
yeah.
are there any battlers or battles particular that you're aware of by name or anything like that, or not really?
Nah, not really. So I just used to see it around. I was young as fuck, you know.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you? You're in your early 20s, huh?
I'm 24.
24, and you've been in the game since you were like 17, 18, huh?
Yeah, like 19.
That's great. So what is it? Do you kind of feel like an OG, because you got a whole bunch of people that you're taking care of. You're calling shots within your squad. You're one of them dudes. What does it feel like at such a young age having so much responsibility?
Fuck, it's a lot, bro. I just, well, they don't see a lot what's behind the scene. You feel me? Like, if I could sit down and talk to you about all that, it's like way too much. You feel me? Like, I go through so much to just keep this shit intact. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't do this shit for money, bro. I do this shit for history. You feel me? I do this shit for the culture. And when they're 20, like you said, 20 years from now, I want them to see, like, yeah, like, this nigga almost was the prime minister.
Right. No, absolutely. I
He was
mean,
the
like,
hood prime minister. If he wasn't the real prime minister, he was the hood. He was the street prime minister.
right. No, absolutely, man. I mean, and finding a balance between making these big decisions and being creative and putting out the music. Is it hard to switch back and forth between these different modes of, like, okay, now I'm like this, I'm in family mode, I'm in business mode, I'm in street mode with the crew, now I'm in like music? How do you maintain all these different sides of your life like that and still hold it together?
Um, I just, bro, I'm a person, I don't really care about a lot of things. Like, you'll never catch me, like, out here chasing just this shit too fast. You feel me? Like, I'm the type to just kick back and catch a break and breathe and slow it down. You feel me? I'm
Got
not
you.
really, I don't really jump in this shit like all giddy and not know what I'm jumping into. You feel me?
Very
I need
cautious.
I need to look over something and just keep looking over that shit. So when it comes to my career, I gotta take my time and keep looking over the shit, cause I don't want to just jump in this bitch and then later on I'm nobody in life. You feel me?
No, I mean, and that's very wise, like beyond your years, because you don't see like a lot of these cats don't seem to be thinking about the future and
Nah,
things like that.
they go up once and then they just fall off, and that's what it is. You feel me? Like me, I'm building, so there's no such thing as blowing. I'm like blowing. I'm just keep blowing slowly and slowly and slowly. You feel me? And then you guys are gonna look at it like, oh yo, this guy is actually like big. Like you couldn't even tell if I made it yet. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of cat I am right now. Like you just see me processing, like doing good things and keep coming out with some shit. But you're not gonna realize I blew until these guys start seeing like 100 million. Then they're gonna say, oh yeah, now he blew. Like, nah, bro, niggas already were like productive before this shit to make us get 100 million. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there was a whole process to get 100 million. This shit never just dropped a song and you did 100 million.
Well, it's you know, like you got that independent hustle, but you're doing major numbers. You got over 700,000 monthly listeners on Spotify already. You know, like you're in the six figures on your social media, IG followings and all that. You know, like putting out consistent hits. You got videos with over 10, 15 million views. You're really putting numbers on the board. So it's like, it's got to be, for people that aren't aware of you, they're gonna have a whole huge catalog of work
to
like
catch up on.
Yeah, once they see it, it's like it's gonna be real quick. I mean, and also I noticed you've been attacking different continents. Like you did your thing obviously in Toronto. You was out there functioning in the UK hella hard. You know what I mean? Like
now I'm in America.
Now you in America. Like I was
You
loving
gotta help me, give me the American cook, bro, and then we're here, bro. You feel me? I'll double back on you, bro.
That's it. Got to, bro. Well, I know you don't do that many interviews, so like I appreciate you taking the time. You know what I mean? Like like you said, you're very careful, you're selective on who you move with. So I'm glad that you fucked with my boy DJ FRASE and he connected the dots for this, because you know there's a lot of people could learn from your message and what you got to say, and your work ethic speaks for itself. I know you got some shit coming up with T Grizzly. Tell me a little bit about that.
No, I don't got nothing with T Grizzly.
Nah?
TJ, little TJ.
Oh, little TJ. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope too. So y'all both, you hitting it with that fly melodic street shit, you and TJ. Well, I wouldn't be mad at seeing you and T Grizzly on some shit either, by the way. Might need to. Do you fuck with the Detroit artists at all?
Dope Boys Cash Out.
Fire. Fire. What about, so since you've been in LA, have you been rocking with like any of the local fools out here?
Nah, I haven't. I just been chilling.
That's, you know, that's like, although I would love to hear you on records with some of these cats, it's also kind of dope that you're sticking to your formula and also not getting involved in the bullshit in LA, because there's a whole bunch of politics and stupid shit to get wrapped up in here, and you just focusing on the music. I think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
Because, you know, cats is extra'd out everywhere, you know what I mean? And there's all kinds of weirdo shit happening, but like staying focused on the music. Is this going to be so are you planning on like just keeping shop set up in LA, or are there other regions in America you finna wiggle to?
China.
China,
but region in America, like I be fucking around in Atlanta, New York, but I just be in LA chilling.
That's right.
I have to kind of go in a little bit because I got a video shoot to catch.
Nah, do your thing, player. Do your thing. It's all good.
Nah, but we can wrap it up, you know?
Nah, easily, dog. I appreciate everything. Anything that you want to, like, any message that you were saying, like you said, you're the voice of Toronto, the streets of Toronto, what's going on. What would you like, if you could just summarize, what would you like us out here in the States to know about your hood and how you coming?
Nah, this shit's organic. This shit's authentic, and you feel me? Like, if y'all love real shit, and y'all believe in truth, and y'all like history, just come fuck with us, tap in with us, and get to learn us, cause we're a whole different catalog, and we're just a project ourselves. You feel me? Like, y'all gonna love what we got going on back home in Canada. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll just go stream Gardner Express. I'll be talking about my life a little bit on that bitch. And yeah, just rock with me. You feel me? And let me get some streams in America, so I could go back to Canada and change a whole lot of people's lives. You feel me?
So that's the plan eventually. Take it back home.
Yeah, for sure.
Got to take it back home. Well, man, PRESSA, you made quite an impression on us. You're going to continue to. When you blow up even bigger, don't forget about us. You feel me? DJ FRASE and Lush One. Make sure you double back, tap in with the guys. You feel me?
All right, for sure, my guy.
Appreciate you. Have a good one, player.
All right, player.
All right, go.